Voiceover plus on-camera mix, energetic, confident. You're looking at Lamborghini's most audacious move in years. The Revuelto, a mid-engine V12 with hybrid tech that doesn't apologize for being loud, dramatic, or outrageously fast. This car is part nostalgia, part next-gen engineering, the kind of machine that makes purists raise an eyebrow and tech heads grin. Let's break down what makes the Revuelto special, how it performs, what it feels like to drive, and what it will cost you. Under the skin there's a brand new 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 working alongside 3 electric motors in a compact battery pack, a plug-in hybrid setup designed more for performance than for commuting. Combined output sits around the 1,000 horsepower mark depending on how you count it. Lamborghini quotes roughly 1,015 metric horsepower, CV, while other tests list about 1,001 horsepower of usable system power. That means blistering acceleration. Lamborghini claims 0 to 100 km/h, 0–62 miles per hour, in about 2.5 seconds, and a top speed north of 350 km/h, that's over 217 miles per hour. What's clever about the powertrain is how Lamborghini kept the V12 character intact. The combustion engine lives where you expect it, mid-mounted, screaming at high revs, while the electric motors add instantaneous torque, fill gaps in the power band, and feed energy back under braking. The battery is small by EV standards, around 3.8 kWh in factory spec, so purely electric driving is limited to a few miles, enough for a quiet pull out of a garage or rolling through a valet area, not for long runs. But because the electrics are performance-focused, the car feels thicker, punchier and more responsive at low RPM than a purely naturally aspirated V12 ever could. Transmission and driveline are equally modern. An 8-speed dual-clutch gearbox, the first DCT on a Lamborghini V12, feeding all 4 wheels. That combo gives crisp, lightning-fast shifts and excellent traction, which is exactly what you want when you've got 4-figure horsepower under your right foot. Braking and chassis systems are tuned to cope. The Revuelto is heavier than a compact supercar but still remarkably agile thanks to clever weight distribution and active aerodynamics. Measured curb weights and performance testing put the Revuelto in the 4,000+ pound bracket, which makes the acceleration numbers even more impressive. Design-wise, the Revuelto is unmistakably Lamborghini: sharp creases, hexagonal motifs, and dramatic intakes that look like they were cut with a scalpel. The silhouette is low and purposeful, with a rear deck and diffuser that scream downforce. Inside, Lamborghini mixes luxury materials with a cockpit straight out of the future. Multiple displays, a driver-focused layout, and optional bespoke trims allow buyers to make it feel like a spaceship or a super premium lounge. The sound is a major part of the package. Lamborghini engineered the exhaust and intake to preserve that visceral V12 soundtrack, and the hybrid components don't hide it, they amplify the drama. So what's it like to drive? In town, the Revuelto can surprise you. Effortless in traffic, civilized enough for short urban runs when you need it to be. Hit the open road or a twisty section and everything changes. The car's muscles wake up, shifts snap, and the electric motors deliver shove that makes corner exits explosive. On a track it's focused and capable. The hybrid torque helps out of slow corners, the DCT keeps the revs where they need to be, and the active aero stability systems let you push with confidence. That said, it's not tiny and featherweight. The sensation is Grand Tourer turned missile rather than a featherlight, knife-edged supercar. Practical points you'll want to know: seating is for 2, electric only. Range is minimal, roughly 5 to 6 miles in real-world tests, and luggage space is limited. This is a performance statement first and a daily driver second. Tech and safety are modern. Driver aids, connectivity, and a premium audio infotainment suite are available, but you buy this car for the engine note and the experience, not the cargo volume. Now, the price. Expect Lamborghini pricing logic. The sticker starts high and climbs fast with options. In the US, dealer and manufacturer figures put the Revuelto's entry price in the low to mid $600s of thousands of dollars. Examples show base listings around $600, $615,000, but real builds with desirable options, bespoke paint and interior choices commonly push the delivered price well into the $700,000 range or more. Independent test cars and dealership, as tested, numbers have appeared closer to $748,000, and in markets with taxes and import duties the final price can easily exceed $1 million. In the UK and Europe, quoted starting figures differ. For example, mid £400,000 range before options, so your region matters a lot. Bottom line, This car is a significant investment and the final number depends heavily on personalization. Who is the Revuelto for? It's for the collector who wants a modern V12 with electrification baked in, the buyer who values sensory experience as much as lap times, and anyone who prefers their hybrid with a loud soundtrack and aggressive styling. It's also a statement car. It bridges the old naturally aspirated V12 drama, and the new electrification, DCT, active aero, which makes it one of the most interesting Lamborghinis in years. A few trade-offs to consider. Fuel economy is understandably poor compared with everyday cars. This is supercar territory. The electric range won't replace a commuter EV, and insurance maintenance costs are high, all normal for this segment. But if you're buying a Revuelto, you probably expected that. If you care about the raw numbers, expect roughly 1000 horsepower, a 0 to 62 mph time in the mid 2-second range, top speed north of 217 miles per hour, and a curb weight that reflects its complexity, over 4,000 pounds in many tests. The luxury, bespoke customization options, and the emotional pull of a V12 Lamborghini in a hybrid world are what truly set it apart. Final takeaway: the Revuelto isn't trying to be practical, it's trying to be unforgettable. It's a technical showcase and a love letter to the V12 era, updated with electrification so it's faster, sharper, and somehow more dramatic than a pure ICE predecessor. If you want a modern Lamborghini that splits opinion, sounds like a rocket, and accelerates like a myth, the Revuelto is the current pinnacle. If you want quiet, cheap daily driving, look elsewhere. Either way, this is one of those cars that people will still talk about decades from now. End with on camera. Smile, lean in, want a deeper dive, options that move the price most, or a walkaround of the cockpit and driving modes. Say the word and I'll break it down next.